Hello everyone and welcome to Day Job. I am your host, Code Marvelous, and today we are going to be doing a little bit of this Reina deck, the Security Nexus Reina deck that I found on Netrunner DB. So let's load it up and let's see how we do. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the bones here. Just give me 1 second, I'm getting everything set up. I'm a little rusty. Hopefully everybody had a pretty good weekend. Morning, James. Just give me 1 second. I'm getting everything loaded. JNet's being super slow. So, we had some of our first store champs over the weekend. How did people do? I ended up missing the one that I had this weekend because I was pretty under the weather this weekend, but what are you gonna do? Alright, so let's see if we can get ourselves a game. Alright, so taking a look at the bones of the deck here. We got a lot of good stuff. We have, good event-based money. We have employee strike. We have lots of different sources of link. We've got 2 AI breakers. Alright, we got an opponent, so let's jump right into it. Alright. GLHF. Mulligan. So we gotta run amok. Alright, so scarcity's down. Let's run HQ. So we're gonna need to clear scarcity, which is gonna be pretty oppressive for us. So let's draw. Alright, we really need to check R&D, click 1. So we're in the enviable position. This is gonna be like a prize sec. That if we can't get an employee strike down, things are gonna get real weird. So let's draw. Draw. It stings, but we gotta start getting this stuff down. cut me deep, but we gotta get set up. Happy December, everybody. Oh, so this is exciting. So let's go into archives. Let's turn into Omar. Let's play Run Amok on this server. It's like the world's worst inside job. Oh, right. I need a second source of link. I turned myself into Omar like a fucking idiot. Incredible. Yeah, I think I botched this game right there with that bonehead play. Sure, you can have $1 billion. I do not care. Wow. Yeah, I think I'm fucked. Yeah, I screwed up. Pretty bad. Alright, we're back in business after like 4 turns off. Nexus is such a fine breaker. That's the one that's trace 3, right? Saved by the power of our link strength. And let's just get some money. I mean, okay. Let's go R&D. Bad pub is so good. Let's see what this one card you're holding is. Strangely, we came back and we won this game, despite a very serious mistake on my part. So I'll take it. Remember that link is a thing, kids. So yeah, maybe wait till the end of the game to rebirth into Omar. Or probably do Kim instead. It's probably for the best. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward and it works. Scarcity is very oppressive, which we all kind of already knew. Excuse me. Well, this will be interesting. We'll keep this because we have money and draw. Yeah, I mean, Nexus is, you know, one of the things that makes Sunny so strong. Let's get that drip town going. Balder. Go. That's probably the AR. Oh, it's a Beal. That's way better for us. Okay. The other neat thing. Okay. We've got all the money. We're getting there. They don't have any money, so I'm not super worried. Let's drop employee strike. Check that. Except for I didn't mean to jack out. Don't care. Don't care. Do care about trashing that. Let's get rid of that, please. We are deeply oppressing our opponent, which... Balder, please stop. Balder, you can't get on my lap right now. There's no space for you on my desk. Go. Let's check R&D. you ready for this? So we're gonna go in here. We're gonna trash that. We're gonna go in here. We're gonna trash that. And then we're gonna go in here. Trash that. And then we're not gonna have to trash the Mumbad Virtual Tour. Oppression, the new fragrance. I like this deck a lot, actually. This is good. All right. So let's go into archives. Let's hit mining accidents. Alright, let's go into HQ, because they've been holding stuff for a while. That's mining accident. They have to take the bad pub. We probably want to keep the draw. So I guess we'll get rid of one run amok because we need the interdiction to clear the scarcity so we can get down the archivist. So we have Drip City going. All right. So let's go run amok into server 5. We still haven't seen a single security nexus, which is surprising. Hey man, Patron. This is a really fun deck. I'm having a blast with it. I've got your link in the show notes below. Our HQ and R&D runs right now are free, which is very bad for our opponent. Let's draw. Let's draw. Let's run server 5. Good morning, Thomas. I mean, okay. I'm willing to let you vamp yourself. Thank you. Let's draw. Hey, we can keep fighting yellow while we're playing this deck. Let's put that down. Let's get rid of the card filtering. Let's get rid of the money too, why not? We are just oppressing those assets. That's probably a raven. Oh no, okay. That's so raven. Pietro, this deck is really interesting. Have you taken it to any tournaments as of yet? Good game. What a lovely little deck this is. This is published on the front page. It's not the deck of the week, but it's on the front page. Go check it out. Give it some upvotes. Anytime people can make Reina work, I am about it. Anarchs are in a very interesting place right now, in my opinion. Because they have a lot of cool stuff going on. They just have like a handful of like really glaring weaknesses. But otherwise, they have a lot of power. So, yeah. Well, this will be interesting. So, one thing I wanted to I don't think this is a very good hand. It's mulligan. One thing that I would like to discuss with people is that I'm going to be doing a series of tutorial videos for Netrunner. But not like generic how to play tutorials. I'm going to be doing things like common mistakes people make when they are playing for the first time. What takes an action and what doesn't take an action. Or what's a click and what isn't a click. I find that that's something that like a lot of new people struggle with. So I'm gonna do like a side-by-side compare. Wow, vanity project. Okay, this is like a vanity project like punitive deck. I find like a lot of people struggle with stuff like that. Or I'm gonna do one where it's, you know, anatomy of a card type deal. I'm also gonna do, you know, like building basic runner economies 101, building basic corp economies. I'm gonna do things like common interactions that people don't think about, like, you know, clone chips and clot and things like that, right? So I think the first in the series I'm going to do is the side-by-side comparison of a bunch of really common examples and what does and does not cost a click. I actually am not really fond of where this deck is going for us. Yep. 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 Okay. I hate these decks. I want to see if the overwriter's in there. Or I could just hit the same back channels a bunch of times. Screw it. Alright. Alright, on to the next game. But yeah. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna do one whole video that's just the timing structure of a run, and breakdown by breakdown, not just kind of procedurally like, oh, and there's a res window here. I'm gonna be like, and in this res window is usually when people res Ash, and in this res window, after somebody passes a killer and pays for it the first time, maybe when they would res Marcus Batty, or maybe on approach. So not just how the different windows that are part of the run work, but what people usually do with them, and like basic things like don't install and immediately res your pad campaigns, you know, stuff like that. All right, so let's get the free mining accident while we can. Give me that bad pub. I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, obviously a lot of the people here might not get any value out of that, but it's something that I think would be pretty valuable. Yeah. I think, as I said, I'm going to do like a... Oh, I can't do it. I'm going to do like a common interactions. Yeah, like I'm gonna do one entire video just on common interactions in Netrunner. Man, do you remember when you only really had to be worried about sentries in Jinteki instead of not being able to run until you had all 3 breakers available to you? I remember when every type of ice didn't do net damage. Pepperidge Farm remembers. I don't think I can risk it, to be completely honest. Let's get Amakua down for the future. But yeah, I'm going to start putting these together. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to structure it. Now I have my universal breaker, so that'll help. Mass commercialization. Interesting. Okay. Sure. Things are getting weird. Go Bacata? Nice. Okay, so we need to start running. We also need Black Orchestra in the bin, which we don't have. But we do have this, so let's start checking some stuff. And then let's play a mining accident. And now we're in Drip City. I had this thought while teaching my brother how to play Netrunner, and he kept thinking, you know, intuitively, that since everything in Netrunner is an action, instead of, he plays Magic, you know, where you can, there's no actions, you can do as much as you can do in a single turn. I realized that, you know, a lot of times when people are learning how to play, they don't understand what's a click and what isn't. Cyberdex Virus Suite. Ooh. Okay. Let's play another mining accident. Our opponent really doesn't want to give me any ice reses. Alright, we still have no Blorchestra. Hey Ratsuka, it's going pretty good. Let's check HQ. See what's going on there. A breached dome. Okay then. Oh yeah, that was another one that Sanjay and I were talking about. The idea that newer players frequently think that if you don't break all subroutines, all runs and all ice ends the run. And, or, right, people thinking that ice gets trashed when it gets broken. Yeah, I'm going to make a Google document that I'll probably drop a link to in the Slack. Where it's just like, you know, give me your examples of, like, common mistakes people make. That should be a Black Orchestra in the bin. Alright, so let's go HQ. Now we are in business for the late game. Go R&D. Coming in March also, Sanjay and I are working on the second annual ANRPC charity tournament. We're doing it in Philly, so people on the East Coast can take trains in if they would like. So, come hang out with us. We would love to hang out and raise some money for charity. Alright, so this is kind of weird. Just because our opponent is saying, ha, I know how I'll beat you. I won't res any ice. But, like, that doesn't actually do anything to me. Like, he's going to show me by just losing the game outright. Hey, buddy. I will install this, but I'm also just going to Nexus it. Balder, see, this is why I don't let you up here, because you don't settle. Alright, I can't do that. Ha-ha. We built this city on all your nieces. Yeah, I mean, it's going to probably be around March 10th. It's going to be either the second or third weekend in March, most likely. Thank you for the licks, Balder. Now I gotta wash my arm. So, this deck creates like a hard lock, and our opponent is now hard locked. I guess our opponent is like waiting on the Obacadas to save them, maybe? Or like an errant snare to reduce our hand to the point where we can't steal an Obacada. I would bet one if I were them. Oh. Well, we got the cash. Let's just go right back in. Well, actually, you know what? We've got the link. Let's switch to Omar. And then let's Omar our way in. And let's pay 0. Good game. Oh, what a neat deck this is. So yeah, this is really powerful. It's pretty neat. But yeah, so I would take a look at it if you like some of the more resource drip economy. I think the use of the underworld contacts and the link in Reina and Ed Kim is really interesting because it shores up one of Anarch's. Thanks, James, for the game. It shores up one of the weaker aspects of Anarch play, which is that eventually you run out of money because your Liberateds and daily casts and everything eventually run out of money. And a lot of decks right now, the way they're dealing with that is by splashing Magnum Opus in Anarch. But you can also just drip for 3 credits a turn. And if you land a mining accident or 2 or get an Archivist Fire, that can sometimes be enough to camp the Centrals. So that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, I mean, Ratsuka, I mean, Scorpios is like a complete, is like something that people play, but it's a rogue deck, right? So sometimes you just gotta say, hey, if I'm up against this matchup, maybe I lose. Also, this deck does run 2 Employee Strikes. And 2 Amakua, and it has a Security Nexus, which is like a Universalist breaker. So, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is a really good deck, and I think you should try it out. If you like just bypassing ice. Just bypass right through it. Now, if you're in like a Scorpios meta, maybe you cut the rebirth to get a 3rd Employee Strike in. There's nothing that's really terrible there. You know, and you can even find slots to remove to get in 1 or 2 same old things. You know, so you know you can season the deck to taste. But yeah, we're on a new month. I've put up the poll for the deck club, and I've sent out messages to the $15 patrons for everybody to send me their decks. If you are one of my patrons or one of the many people that have given me a one-time donation, I truly appreciate it. These are my shout-out patrons listed here. Without everybody's support, the channel would not be doing the content that it's doing today. If you're not a patron, please consider supporting the channel by taking a look at the links in the show notes below. Or, you know, just give me a shout-out and mentioning my channel to people who are new to the game or people who are just getting into the world of Netrunner content. I hope everybody has a good start to the week, and until I see all of you fine Netrunner humans again, always be running.